let's style up thrifted outfits inspired by my exes.
I'm looking for somebody I can call. Looking for the only one I can get my own. Tell me that it's true.
Welcome back to another video. If you love thrifted, secondhand, and vintage fashion taken to another level, then you're in the right place, guaranteed. So today is a super fun video. You guys may think it's a little diabolical, but I'm single, so I am styling up thrifted outfits inspired by my exes. Yep. If you've been on social media, especially the clock app, you've seen this challenge going around. So it is the Chris Brown Residuals challenge. What that is Chris Brown released a song called Residuals, and in the song he's talking about his ex-girlfriend where he built her up and she left. Pretty much that's what the song is. And a lot of people are, I guess it's hitting home for a lot of people, and they're hopping on in their own rendition of the song, and they're talking about their exes and things like that. This is celebrities as well as people that just love to sing or do singing for their craft. And the way that my creative brain thinks, I was like, what if I do that but make it fashion? Okay, so hear me out. The idea behind this is that I'm going to take 3 of my exes and I'm going to try to look through old photos, get a sense of their style, or just by memory because I don't have photos of them. And I'm going to try to do inspired looks from what I glean from their style. Oh yeah, my outfit, I'm loving this. If you love this sailor hat, I have them on my website. This is one of the Soldier of Force hats. I can't move too crazy because bobby pins are holding this together on my head because, whoo, yeah, it's not going to fit otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. Before I get into the outfits, I do have a few disclaimers. If you hear them mowing the lawn, excuse that. I just want to get this video recorded because I have a super busy week, so I'm doing that right now. But back to the video. I have a few disclaimers for this video. Number 1, you will not see any pictures of my exes at all. You won't hear their names. But what I will do is I will show reference pictures of maybe celebrities or public pictures that I will show that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm talking about when I talk about their style. Also, I will give them nicknames. So we will just call them what I give them as far as when it's pertaining to their style or nothing less. That is number 2. So I'm pulling from when I knew them. I don't know what their style is now. I don't know. They could have evolved, which most people do, but I'm pulling from when I knew them, and that could have been 20 years ago. So I'm just pulling from that idea or that image or that memory of when I knew them. So that is number 2. 3, and the most important of them all, this is not a declaration of love. This is not me trying to spin the block. This is none of that. None of that. I don't want anybody back. This is just a fun video and a way of just expressing some creativity on an idea that I'm seeing around. And I don't have a singing voice, so I decided to do it this way. So that is it. That is all. Like Tootie Uncensored says, that is it. That is all. So now let's get into these outfits. So the first outfit I want to talk about, let's call him Mr. Preppy. So Mr. Preppy was very clean cut. He would wear polo style shirts. So it could have been Ralph Lauren, Hilfiger, but those type of shirts and baggy pants. So I would say his style was very reminiscent of Kanye West in the college dropout days. That is very much what he looked like, what he wore. So think about, like I said, the polo shirts in bright colors, the baggy jeans, but not too oversized, not too baggy, but they weren't fitted, and just bright colors and very preppy and clean, but also had that street style element to it as well. So let's see how I do. So this is Mr. Preppy. So as you can see, I have on the polo style shirt. I have it cropped. This is Hilfiger, and I believe I thrifted this out of the little boy section. It is, you know, those bright colors. I don't know if I mentioned that all the polos were brighter colors, nothing dull, nothing neutral. It was always a yellow, white, a pink, those type of colors. So this is a yellow and white one. I have on these somewhat baggy pants. They're high-waisted because that's how I do. They're jeans, of course, because that was the thing. Polo shirt and jeans. Then I have, of course, I added my touches like my elephant belt, gold glasses, silver jewelry, so I'm mixing my metals with this. If I can remember, he loved gold jewelry, so that is what it was. Then I just added on some red and white pumps. I cuffed the pants because they're super, super, super long, but I like that. I like how it looks. So yeah, this is Mr. Preppy inspired outfit. Let me know what you think. Sorry about these mowers, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. I hope y'all can hear me. I had to literally wait 30 minutes for the mowing to stop so that I can hop back on here and record. So sorry about the noise. Let's get this. Let's continue. So outfit number 2, let's talk about him. So let's call him Hometown. So Hometown was very much that typical hip hop style. So back in that time period, it was oversized jerseys, baggy pants, maybe a hoodie layered under the jersey, baseball caps, the chains, maybe some either Timbs or sneakers, either one of those. Think about Rockefeller back in the early 2000s. Also Dipset, I would say, or Dipset, however you pronounce it, because I wasn't a huge Dipset fan at all. Think about Allen Iverson and the way that he dressed back in the early 2000s, I would say, around that time. I know I'm dating myself, but hey, we doing this. So yeah, that was the style. So let's see what I come up with for this, because this is going to be hilarious. So my mic went out, so I have to do a voiceover for this portion. So I have this Mets baseball cap on, blue and orange. Then I have this thrifted jersey. It says Atlanta on the front. I also have this netted hoodie underneath. And then I have on these cargo shorts. I wanted to do something different than regular jeans. And then I threw on these orange and white polka dot sling bags. So yeah, this is the outfit. I also have on the gold glasses and my silver jewelry. So yeah, this is the outfit. Let me know what you think. So the last and final outfit, let's call him the athlete. So the athlete, just like what it sounds like, he was very athletic, into sports. He was an ex-football player, so you know his style was very casual, very sweats and t-shirts, sweatshirts, sneakers, that type of gear. So it was never anything flashy around me. Never loud colors, but I don't have a lot of sweats, so we're gonna see how I do this. Think about how athletes dress, but not the ones that are into fashion, but the ones that are more laid back and just want to be casual and comfortable. That is pretty much his style. So let's see how I spin this, because this is this is way outside my comfort zone. So let's see what I do here. So this is the athlete. I know it's not exactly what I described because of the colors and things like that, but yo, I'm working with what I got. So let's start with the pants. These are Champion Windbreaker track pants. You guys have seen this before, and this is not the last time you're gonna see these, believe me. Then I have on this gray bodysuit. It kind of brings everything down and kind of throws back to what I was talking about with the kind of neutral colors and the casualness. I have on this vintage sweatshirt that has Nike on it. I just decided to wear it in a different way versus all the way on. I would just give a different take on a casual outfit. Then I have on my gold glasses, silver jewelry, and also these blue heels, because there's nothing, I said this before, there's nothing better with a sweatsuit than pairing it with heels. That's like chef's kiss. So yeah, this is the athlete's outfit. Let me know what you think. So those are all the outfits inspired by 3 of my exes. Let me know in the comments, which one did you like the best? Which one can you resonate with? Did it give you a little bit of nostalgia, or a little bit of thinking about that ex, even though this is not about that. This is not about I've been loving the suggestions on what you guys want to see next as the inspired by. Videos like this is pretty easy for me because I'm just pulling from an idea. But when you talk about doing videos around celebrities and things like that, it takes more time because I don't just pull from my closet and put it on. I actually go outsource or pull from my inventory, do DIYs, and just it is a whole production. So please, if you suggested something, please be patient with me because it takes a lot of work. So those are coming up, but just be a little patient with me because I have to like pull together the ideas, then make sure I have what I need for the videos. Also rework things that I do need to rework, do all of that type of stuff and come up with the concept. So those are coming, but please be patient. Also, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Please leave comments because I love engaging with you guys. Please subscribe. We are almost there. Like I say in all these videos, we are almost there. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and once we do that, I do have the giveaway. I'm giving you a shopping spree for $350 on my website, on my Poshmark and eBay and all of that type of stuff. So definitely once we hit that goal, I'll give you more information on that. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good week, have a good weekend, have a good weekday, and I will holler at you guys later.